Getting accepted to speak at TEDx event is no easy task. And I have read about people who are rejected like 13 to 14 times. That suggests that just knowing how to make an impact on TEDx stage is not enough, but how to approach and brand yourself in market, stay relevant to get selected for TED Talk is also important. To enlighten us on this aspect, we have a recent TEDx speaker who gave his TEDx attempt just a week back, a doctor entrepreneur, co-author of Udemy's Complete Happiness Quest, NLP coach, founder of Sun's Den Premium Mastermind, which trains people in personal and professional high income skills. He is a mastermind in telling people how we can get high income. Please put your hands together and welcome Dr. Suryadeep Majumdar.
Okay, even before I begin, I have to encourage you all that my video, the non-video participants are turned off. So in case if you have not turned on your videos, I won't be able to see you. I want to encourage you all to do so because it's a lot more fun when we are able to speak to, like I'm able to see you. Okay, that's a lot more fun. So I'm going to encourage you all. Right, the timer, I hope please drop in the time in the chat box. I would really appreciate that. Let's begin. Are you all ready? Pumped up, fired up? Come on, give me a thumbs up. Give me something. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, even before I get started, here's an amazing quote that has literally changed my life. Every single time you go through a breakup or a breakdown, put it aside and break through. Now, to enlighten more on this particular journey, let's walk through the story of this little boy. And it was the year 2000 when he just got his Montessori school completion and he went into the bigger school, the primary school. And a teacher was holding him on her lap and touching him inappropriately. He was 6 years old. He didn't even know what was going on, but all he did know was he was not feeling that good. He felt broken. He felt disheartened. He went to his family, his parents, to tell what all happened. And the parents were like, what is wrong with you? That was the first time he got abused sexually. Few years later, studying in the same school, his brother was being pushed and his brother had a scar. The entire cheek flesh went off and he was bleeding. He went on, applied Savlon on his brother's cheek and then beat up 3 guys, all with his bare hands. Obviously got suspended for it. When he returned back to school, he was beaten up by 15 boys who were at least 4 to 5 years elder to him. A few years later, being a part of a joint family, how many joint family people here? Give me a raise of hands or something. If you, okay, yeah, I can see a few hands coming up. He was also there in the joint family. He was with his brother playing cricket in the courtyard. Suddenly his cousin's sister comes up and enacts. The whole house comes in. What is wrong? What is wrong? My brother hit me. My brother hit me. And he got beaten up so bad by the entire family, all the uncles, aunts, and everything. A few years later, now these are all breakdown stories, by the way. A few years later, he finished his school, college, everything. And he realized enough is enough. Now I'm going to get into a relationship. He was very scared to talk to girls. His feet would shake. His voice would choke. All these things would happen. But he still learned the art of holistic dating. He got into all these dating websites and everything. He got somewhere around 26 girlfriends from somewhere around 10 to 12 countries, all at the same time. But obviously, that did not give him any form of a peace. He was messed up over and over and over and over again. Now, he knew only 3 languages. He knew how to speak Bengali in English, Bengali in Hindi, and Bangla in Bengali. That's all. But he realized now he's in a different territory altogether. His learnings and everything got over in Kolkata. He went into Bangalore. In Bangalore, nobody understands Bengali. So he had to really drill himself in English and Hindi. The same boy just last year happened to meet a soul whom he started addressing as an enlightened one. Because for the very first time, he realized what he's learning in his college is not really giving him peace. He started working with this enlightened soul. The first Udemy course came up. The first book is almost on the verge of coming out. The public speaking journey started. And then something miraculous happened exactly 2 weeks back when he happened to meet this enlightened soul for the very first time. This is what happened. He fell in love with the soul. And right now, the soul is right here in this meeting, ladies and gentlemen. The soul, the young boy, is standing in front of you and right now giving this speech. Even before I walk you through the journey, this particular incident, the day this particular picture was taken, what I just showed you, was also the day this young boy got his first ever confirmation for his TEDx, first ever TEDx. Now, I'm sure the love of my life, Yogeshwari, she's still here. She's my mentor. She's the Vice President Education of Speak Magic Toastmasters Club. Now, if she's here, I don't know why her video is not on, but I would love for you all to see her. I'm sure she's blushing. Now, how many of you are fans of Bollywood? Come on, give me a show of hands. Bollywood, okay, right? Hollywood. Okay, good. Don't you think this is just a movie that I just narrated out to you? And the beauty of it is the journey, because when I was being announced in that TEDx event, I just realized I'm the youngest dentist on the planet to be a TEDx speaker. Is it that hard? Because I watch people like Tony Robbins and Dan Locke and all these legends. I mean, we got stalwarts right now in this meeting. I mean, I'm just 25 years old. Who's younger than me? Come on, give me a raise of hands or something. Who is younger than me? Okay, that's good. Vandana ma'am, amazing. I'm 25 years old. So if I can be, I mean, nobody knows me much. If people like me can still walk up to that TEDx platform and speak, I'm sure if I can do it, anybody can do it. So I told you about the breakdown. I told you about the breakups through my relationships. Now let's speak more about the breakthrough. I'm going to give you the secret sauce today itself. All it took me was 30 days of consistent hard work, consistent dedication. The process is very, very simple. Even before you get into TEDx, the first thing you need to know is, why should TEDx give you a platform to speak? I mean, give me some reason. Either you have achieved something or you have a story. I mean, how many of you know that the tagline of TEDx is ideas worth spreading? Give me a show of hands or type it in the chat box. Yeah, all of us. Ideas worth spreading. So right now, if I have an idea that I can share that can bring transformation to people's lives, why not really share it? So that was the intention. The first step is to set your intention. Yes, I have a story worth sharing. Yes, I have ideas worth sharing. And then you start writing down. What do you need to write down? This is what you need to write down. This is the first step. What is your name, your phone number, your mail ID, your address? I'm willing to apply as one of the keynote speakers in the upcoming TEDx event. Now, about you, what are the things that you have achieved? So these are the things that I have achieved, very little, whatever. So these are my achievements. Now, link of your videos. So easy. Record a video on Zoom, maybe record a speech on Zoom, put it up in YouTube, and there you go. I got 4 links, four of my talks. Now, the idea, what do you want to speak about? What do you want to speak about in your TEDx? So my ideas were pretty simple. If you want to grow in life, you have to acquire skills. It's your skills that gets you paid, and not your degree and your name and on your initials, nothing. That was my simple idea. And then finally, I have the call to action. What will the people listening to my talk get out of it? So right now they're going to get the first step that they need to take in order to really explore their skill set quotient. And now why? Why am I recommending myself? So you need to have all these 4 elements lined up, 5 elements: about you, links, the idea, call to action, the why. you create it in the form of a sheet or something, and you are all set. Now, how many of you have heard of NASA? NASA? All of us, yeah. Okay. How many of you look at all those scientists going on outer space and say to yourself, oh, brilliant, they are doing such amazing thing, but I can't do it? Yeah. I'm sure the engineers in the house will also tell the same. I mean, we are engineers, but not my cup of tea. How many of you have that same kind of a feeling, or have had that same kind of a feelings for TEDx as well? Honest raise of hands. Yeah, so many of us. Now, my mentor, Mr. Grant Cardin, he says it's 80% mindset and 20% skill set. Even before we want to get started, we are telling ourselves, I can't do it. Do you seriously think you can do it? You cannot. There's no way. So the first thing, let's promise ourselves today. Let's really promise ourselves today that I'm going to be in TEDx. I am going to be in TEDx. Now, when I took that promise, I finished writing the things that I just showed to you. Then I realized, okay, what are the next steps that I need to take? Now, here's the next set of steps that you need to take. The first is to understand from where do you get ideas about all the events that is taking place. So this is the source. There's this website called TEDx, ted.com/TEDx events. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the chat. There you go. This is the website where you will get access to every single TEDx events that is happening. So right now, just look at that. Just look at all these amazing places, okay? Now, I will simply type my favorite country, India. You want to try elsewhere as well. Now, these are the events that is happening in India. When I scroll down, you have all these different events taking place. Ideally, you should apply 1 month later. So if this is August, about to end, September, obviously, if it's a TEDx event, they might have decided the speakers already. So start from October, scroll down, go to the next page and start applying for October. Okay, so I'll just give you an example. For those of you who are thinking that, okay, reaching to the organizer and finding it out is difficult, it's not. When I click on one particular event, the event page will open up. You have the event theme right here, the place it is being conducted. And then if you scroll down, just look at that. Mr. Angu Ranjan Singh is the organizer, okay? Looks pretty handsome. I'm going to click on him. The moment I click on him, what happens is I get his entire details. Now, all I'm supposed to do is I'm just supposed to take the name of that particular TEDx and I'm supposed to search it on Facebook. So this, I searched a particular Facebook page of this event called TED 12 Sir Pune. Now, every TEDx event will have a Facebook page. If there is a Facebook page, there has to be a number, there has to be a website, there has to be a send message, there has to be a mail ID. So can we cold call and cold mail all these locations of all these TEDx events? Can we do that? Is it possible to be done? Come on, give me some sign. I need some energy, people. Come on. Is it possible to do it? If it is possible to do it, how do we do it? This is how I did it. Again, I went on, can you see this message? I posted that same write-up that I showed you. I send them the entire thing in the form of a message, and then I get a reply. Just look at the reply that I got. We have closed the speaker application. Thank you so much for the interest. Hope you will apply next year. But even getting a reply is so important, because that gives you the confidence you are in the right direction. So like this, what I did is I created a Google form. In the Google form, I started applying to all these places, the event name, the date in which I applied, whether I got a response or not, the event link, the name of the organizer, the LinkedIn profile, Facebook profile, Instagram profile details of all the organizers. I started creating this entire file. And then surprisingly, the first event that I had applied for, I got a response. I got it. And I was feeling so fired up because the day I got it was when the love of my life was next to me. I screamed on top of my voice, yeah, I did it. And she probably was in the washroom finishing her morning ablutions and all. We had a team meeting. So all of our team were there. We went for a vacation in Pune and everything. And I walked up to her and showed her the mail. Was the mail I got was exactly this. Just one moment. Huh. So, yeah, this was the mail. I filled up their nomination form. Now, mind you, I had already messaged them in their Facebook page itself, right? So then I got a mail from TEDx Garia. Where is it? Okay, I'm just going to find it. And so, yeah, thank you for your application. We are pleased to congratulate that you have been selected as a for the next step as a speaker. Now, imagine how good you will feel when you get this message. But there was a catch. The event was supposed to happen on the 9th of September. It got preponed to the 21st of August. 21st of August. I literally did not have my speech ready. I had just had the basic idea. So I had to prepare an entire draft, prepare the video, send them the video. All those things just happened. But this, you see the entire list. I got my first TEDx confirmation after applying to 178 TEDx events, going through the entire steps that I walked you through. 178. So now, does that mean whatever efforts I put in it just to get one TEDx, is that over? No, I've already applied to 177 more. So there are possibilities that I may get another couple of TEDx talks, especially after my TEDx talk turns viral. Because my story, I have shared an idea which is worth spreading. When people are going to listen to the talk, they're going to feel so inspired. Now, even before I proceed to anything more, how many of you feel that it's easy now to get your first TEDx? Come on, give me a show of hands. Thumbs up, something. Yeah. And then the moment you get your first talk, you start preparing your speech. You prepare your speech, the organizers will be so good to you. In fact, if you are a Toastmaster, it becomes a cakewalk. Now, I have finished my first pathway in 3 months. I joined the Toastmasters on Valentine's Day this year. Finished my first pathway in 89 days. Second pathway in 29 days. Now I'm in my third pathway. Conducted a speechcraft also with the love of my life again. Now, if I have this record, okay, I presented 5 speeches in a single day, traveling 3 countries in one Saturday. Okay, so I went to Malaysia, then came back to Singapore, again India, then went to Nepal, again came back to Chennai. So that was my entire cycle. I realized if you can create speeches at ease, it's not that difficult to create a speech for TEDx also. The format stays the same. To end and just conclude, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And every single time you go through a breakup and a breakdown, just put them aside, break through. That's how you reach in TEDx. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Dr. Suryadeep. Now I have the hope that I can go on to that stage.